All right, so we are here with our first match of the WPI Esports Intramural League. We have really nice guys versus Team Solid Memes, or RNG versus TSM. Classic matchup. So we're gonna see a Yone ban off the start, and then a Zoe ban from TSM. Nocturne to follow from RNG. Bard ban. A lot of very standard expected bans for a lot of these players. And then the Ezreal ban. So we are going to see Veigar left open, which is well known for being the mid laner for TSM, Yuumi, his best champion. We could just see really nice guys first pick the Veigar. That might be what they're looking for here. We're seeing Zoe banned away from Hex Knight, one of his best champions. And then we're going to see Varus banned to round out everything. So we're going to see first pick Volibear for Griffin Strike 14. That could also additionally be a top lane Volibear. It is a flex pick. These are both, very possible options. So we're going to wait and see what TSM responds with. So it will be the Xin Zhao for Zayat's 314. A very strong jungler on this current patch. I think it's a very solid pick for this team, and it's one of his best champions.
The Xin Zhao pick we're talking about here?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm late. I had to grill my students. Interesting Zaya pick out for... Well,
really interesting, actually.
It's good vacuum into the Volibear and into Kaisa if they pick it, but...
I guess with the Ezreal ban, TSM just want a safer AD carry to pick up. With Ezreal and Varus banned, there's not a lot of super safe long-range champions left.
Ziggs.
That's
a good one.
Yeah, but I personally don't. I personally don't see TSM as a team willing to play the Ziggs bottom.
Yeah, they're not as chat as me, but it's fine. So the Samira is actually being picked up here.
Okay, so we're gonna see an aggressive bot lane from really nice guys here then. So I would expect maybe a Nautilus, maybe a Leona for support here.
Maybe even the Alistar here.
What do you think about them going for this kind of aggressive bot lane into a kind of safer AD carry like Xayah?
I definitely think that Xayah.
So we will see Alistar to round out the bot lane here.
I definitely do think that Xayah here is not the safest ADC. It's not Ezreal and it's not Varus who can poke you from 1,200 units away. She can definitely still get punished if she's jumped on, although with the Samira and the Alistar here, and not to mention the Volibear, which can be flexed into the jungle if it needs to be there, there can be a lot of cross-map plays that are happening. The Veigar actually picked
So we are going to see Yuumi get his Veigar. He's well known for this champion, so I feel like Hex Knight has something planned for this matchup. Do you think he goes for some kind of assassin pick, or do you think
he has been practicing the assassin picks? The last scrimmage we saw, he was actually exclusively picking Zed, Akali, these diving type champions that are very good at punishing these immobile mages like Veigar. Although I will say it is difficult to play those matchups, especially the Akali, which is Hex Knight's best assassin, I would say.
You think so? I think his Echo is pretty good.
I would say I haven't seen his Echo in a while, actually, so maybe you're right about that. I didn't think about that as a possibility, but...
So we are going to see Anivia, Orianna taken off the board, these kinds of control mages that Veigar does tend to struggle into because his range isn't the best compared to a lot of other control mages.
And he also struggles with the wave clear in the early game.
Yeah, and both Orianna and Anivia are able to shove in the wave really well against him.
Now, Team Solid Memes is actually probably going to be looking for an engaged type top laner here and a support. Maybe something.
We are going to see the Darius ban.
Okay, interesting. Really Nice Guys has an incredibly good stacking comp here. The Morgana.
Okay, they're going to pick Xayah Morgana bot lane. I'm personally not a fan of this. While Morgana is good into kind of this Alistar Samira combo, I don't think you're ever going to really have any priority in this lane, even if the Samira Alistair won't. We are going to see the Echo pick. So that is going to be their intended matchup. So now we're going to see if Volibear is going top or jungle here. Would you rather see a top or would you rather see a jungle?
I think in this situation, I would rather see it in the jungle because you can abuse the fact that you can dive through the Veigar cage and just hyper gank mid and bot and get your really strong side lanes ahead early game, which is what Volibear excels at with the early game dives once he hits level 6.
So we are going to see Poppy.
And I don't actually hate the Poppy pick here. It's an incredibly good
it's good into the Xin Zhao. So Xin Zhao can't really do much into it, and Poppy doesn't have the worst matchup spread. Poppy does still have some pretty bad matchups, but it's definitely harder to punish Poppy than some of the other, than a champion like Ornn or even like a blind pick Malphite. So we are going to see Set. I do think Set is really good into Poppy. Poppy's W doesn't really help her at all in that matchup, and Set should just be able to bully her.
I agree. I think also the fact that now you can't really have the Alistair or the Poppy or the Volibear running in because of how much base damage the Set adds to this team comp here. And that's really is what they needed. They needed a big front line to soak up a lot of damage with that Set W and also get a good engage. Because if you look at the comp of really nice guys right now, they have a lot of tanky members that are just running into Team Solid memes. And that Set can really do a lot of work, especially into that Samira when he can just grab her straight out of her E. So we'll see how the game plays out. But
yeah, so overall, who do you think won draft? I think the Set is really a really good pick into the remainder of RNG's comp, but I don't think that TSM's comp really fits together all too well.
So I agree. I think they have a lot of champions that just want to peel back, like the Veigar and the Xayah and the Morgana really just like to play disengagey because of the nature of the Xayah just pulling back her feathers and the Veigar cage and obviously Morgana bindings. But then you have Set and Xin Zhao here who kind of like to go in really hard and just dive on top of the 80 carries. And if you really look at Team Solid memes, there's not really any opportunity to dive onto anybody because the Samira is also pretty short range, and the rest of the 4 are melee champions.
Yeah, and they're going to be diving in as well.
Exactly. Although I will say it really does depend on this Veigar getting ahead. If Yuumi can actually pick up these kills and these stacks of AP and get his items, that Set Veigar combo can be incredibly disgusting in my opinion. And on the same on the other side, it's the Echo and the Samira. If those two get ahead, it's really hard for Team Solid memes to deal with them.
Yeah, I think especially this Echo pick, there's not there's the Veigar cage and there's Set, but there's not a lot of super strong hard lockdown on the side of TSM. So it's just gonna be hard to deal with this Echo running in and out of fights.
And you also have to remember that the Echo mechanic with the Veigar cage, she can actually phase through the Veigar cage if he
because his E is a blink, the second active of his E.
Yeah. So we shall see how this matchup plays out.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna get into games soon.
How's your day been, Jason? Tell me about that.
Bro, it's been alright. Man.
You have work today or nah?
Nah. It was I was moving boxes.
Box gap.
Yeah.
I was trying to find a new Clash team to play, but nobody wanted me.
Tragic.
Yeah, bro. I was playing in-houses yesterday with some old friends from a different organization. I dropped 16 kills each game. I played Lee Sin in the first game, bro. That champion is actually so bad in the jungle. It's so incredibly bad in the jungle, dude. It feels so bad. Anyways.
We are going to have the spectator delay. Wait a minute. Wait. They picked Caitlyn. So was there an error in the draft and they picked...
I see.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense then. I still don't like it because I think Caitlyn is not particularly good right now.
Also, that's an incredibly interesting situation because now we'll have to see what Zayats actually ends up pathing towards, because the Caitlyn is notoriously a strong side lane. And if that lane falls behind, Caitlyn becomes incredibly worthless, especially into the tanky members of really nice guys. So, shall see how that goes.
I feel like this Caitlyn, and I also just, like, Caitlyn is safe at range, but Caitlyn also isn't great when she gets dove on.
Absolutely not. Especially, I mean, she does have the Morgana, but realistically, that MR shield is gone by the time, CCs are used, so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it can just get one shot by Alistar W. Or Alistar combo, I mean. Not to mention the AP damage from Volley Bear or whatever. Although it is kind of tricky to dive under a tower under Morgana. Morgana does have the stopwatch and the ultimate, so, So we are just waiting here.
Yeah. What do you think of the scaling on the two sides of each team?
So I actually have to give the scaling edge over to Team Solid Memes. I think the Veigar just scales too well, especially as a solo AP threat. And Set, even though the Set used to be a bad scaling champion, with a lot of recent changes to him, it feels like he just scales a lot better, especially in team fights when he can get the full value out of the AoE ult. And especially combine that with the Veigar W and the Veigar cage, that's a lot of AoE damage. And if you've seen my Veigar smurfing on silver players in my low elo games, you would know how strong the King of Piss truly is.
Mm-hmm.
So, get into game soon. How do you feel about this Alistar pick here? Just blind with the Samira though.
I mean, you want to get a strong bot lane if you're going to take Samira. I think that showing that you're picking Caitlyn early, I think it kind of signals that you're looking for you want to and that they want to play something aggressive into it. So I think taking Samira Alistar early is fine. But I do think that just picking Samira when you've only seen Xin Zhao Caitlyn is still really risky.
I agree. Especially because Samira is one of those ADCs. She's not as mobile due to the changes of her E a while ago. So, shall see how that goes.
Welcome to Summoner's
Okay.
Rift.
Nothing too serious. Looks like a 5-point coming out from Team Solid Memes. Same here for really nice guys. Zayat still deciding what to buy. Keeping Boris company.
We are going to see the buckler getting thrown out. We're going to see some early trading here between Big Jadio and the Quipster.
The hand.
And we are seeing Big Jadio getting the advantage. We're going to see a corrupting pot tick used, but it looks like he's going to go for the reset. Big Jadio is walking back in.
Cancels the reset here.
Not right now.
Yeah, that's kind of black. I mean, whatever. Nah, you're just not good enough.
Sorry, we're having some small production issues.
I'm gonna see both junglers starting with a leash. Griffin Strike 24. Oh, is it 14?
14.
14. Griffin Strike 14 actually looking to path towards the bot side, which I do think is definitely the correct option here. You see Big JDO here playing incredibly up against this Poppy, which does seem like a pretty bad matchup, in all honesty. Ooh, big stun here. Another corruption potion pop. Ah, there's our third caster. How you doing, Arya?
Surprise appearance.
Guest.
Boy, not even guessed. I'm just here. My work is finally done. I'm off the. I just came back from the airport. What do we got going here? We got
Yes,
really.
we have really nice guys. RNG versus Team Solid Memes TSM.
TSM. All right. All right.
Ooh, good timing on the black shield there.
Blocking all the Alistair combo. He's going to take a lot of damage on the back.
Definitely.
We are really seeing this top lane it's so far just looking really brutal for the Poppy.
Yeah,
definitely does not seem like a good matchup.
Oh, we see the Q whiff here.
That's going to be a little short on this one. Xin Zhao's already mid. We are going to see early gank, but
stun.
Echo's going to get the stun.
Wait.
He might be able to turn back. Oliver's
Turn
here.
back. He does have his jungler.
Directed cameras are looking back bottom.
The game hates us. There's some action. Never mind. That's why
They're going
it
back
came in.
in.
It was predicting the Alistair engage. He goes in on the Q. He gets rooted immediately. Samira cannot follow up. And overall, a negative trade
Weak
for the side of RNG here. Yeah, weak side Alistair, by the way.
No, it's fine. He was making up for the last combo that he missed.
Definitely.
So some interesting map movement here. That was an incredibly well-played escape by Hex Knight there. Able to hit both of them with the stun and get the movement speed to run away, but also doing enough damage that he might have been able to turn it had he had the ignite, but
Yeah,
teleport.
definitely. It's all about the patience there with the Echo W. You gotta really wait until the last moment to get everyone in. You gotta kind of round them up and then kind of pull the sheets from under them.
Yeah, you gotta. What was that word? You gotta herd him in. Oh,
yeah. You gotta
lazy
you gotta
Morgana Q.
Yeah, a little far out on that one. Alistair reset. Picked up boots. We haven't really addressed it, so what do we think of some of the starting item choices for some of these champions? We're gonna see Cull start for Caitlyn, Blue Smite for both junglers, and the Spell Thieves for Morgana.
I think looking at that lane, I think it would have been better if the Morgana had gone something safer like a Relic Shield, especially knowing that the Caitlyn's going to be, for the most part, farming. It's probably why they drafted the Morgana Cait, just so they can be safe, but also to have some form of kind of counter-engage against the Alistair here. I mean, you saw with the Black Shields, they don't want to get engaged on, and especially not so with the Volibear down bot coming in,
really early,
going in,
popping
popping the W. The late
flashing forward, he's gonna get it first blood to the Chad Draven himself playing Samira. We are gonna see Hex Knight. They might go for this dive. The wave's not fully pushed in yet, so it's gonna be a little rough. I think Kano should be able to make it out.
It was a really, really well played, well-timed dive or well-timed gank. Wait,
they're still here.
It's still a gank. They're still here. There's 4 bot now.
Alistair has fight. He's gonna get it. Hex Knight's gonna get the solo kill. Alistair taking the tower for him. Already off to a really strong advantage for really nice guys. We're gonna see about 400 gold in the lead, and he's just gonna TP back mid.
I will say though, I don't really agree with the corruption potion starting the Poppy. I don't think you get enough value from it. I think it's better just to start with the Doran shield, just so you can keep your sustain up. Because as you can see, he is getting poked incredibly hard by the set. So
yeah,
especially with his wave in this state.
You really need the D shield to kind of help you out in those longer trades.
And the wave is in a really bad spot for the Quipster over here.
Yeah, definitely.
Shoving into the set. We're gonna see the slam
it
into
goes
the
in.
wall. Good
Alexi?
trade for the Quipster.
Definitely. He is up in health right now. That being said, their jungler is pathing topside. They may be able to look for something here.
We need Alexi Davis here on the casting desk to give us some insight from Poppy.
Definitely.
We don't need that many
Popster.
casters.
No, but we need
But
it.
we are gonna see the stun land.
Oh, and the observer realized nothing happens.
Oh, he's getting some really good trades in here. He might be able
Big
to all in.
JDO is sitting on his potion. He either should pop it or reset. It looks like he's going to go for the reset. He's probably just going to TP back.
I guess Poppy's broken, guys.
Definitely. I don't know what to tell you, man.
So he's gonna pick up the Iron Spike Whip, give him a little more wave clear ability to shove in.
He's gonna go into like a stride breaker here, probably.
We're gonna see the Noon Quiver picked up for Xin Zhao, so we are probably gonna see him go towards the Immortal Shield Bow. What are your thoughts on that? I'm personally not a huge fan of that build.
I think in this game, I always say this whenever I see a shield bow on the Xin Zhao. Most of the time,
whoa! Chad Draven going in.
Chad Draven going in, getting rooted.
Chad Draven going out.
And like I said before, jungler coming top here. Quipster getting really low. They do have to be careful for the set
That
W.
is going to be a kill on the set.
Just the absolute brass balls on this Poppy here.
Volibear coming in, or Alistair coming in to fuck with the Xin Zhao. We're going to see Echo dive in. It's going to be another kill for Hex Knight. Snowballing on this Echo pick. They were ready for the Veigar.
Yeah,
Echo's just free to
definitely.
roam and leave in this matchup.
and this is exactly how you want to punish these hyper carries that Yuumi does play. He plays the Kale, he plays the Veigar, plays the Kassadin. These champions that want to stay lane kingdom, their laners. They want to just get ahead by any means necessary, throw farm. But Denver, Hex Knight is incredibly good at playing with these assassin champions, just roaming, leaving whenever he feels like he needs to, and still keeping up with farm, but ahead in gold, has the blue buff, really able to just get everything he needs right here. Although I will say,
No, just some trading. Oh, but he
We're
goes right
seeing
back
really
in.
early W usage from the set in this matchup.
Yeah, definitely. I think he's mostly using it more to help with the smaller trades, and he doesn't want to get those absolutely massive 2k true damage. Oh, and the E coming out, but Hex Knight narrowly dodges. He has to be
he's
careful
gonna
here.
walk
Riley
back
is here. He
into
is going to go back in. He pops the
Okay.
Riley goes in with the combo. He's charging it. They do have to be careful. The rest of their team is over here. And they just walk out. Just like that.
I
It's like it never
say-
happened.
I will say the Xin Zhao build definitely does concern me, because that means that Zayats is going to be incredibly squishy into a comp that has a lot more burst, and I think you do get more value from the Gore Drinker or just even a tank item here on the Xin Zhao. Or even the Eclipse with the shield and the Omni Vamp is better probably than the shield bow. But
I think he just needs it, especially considering they have a lot of denial with the Poppy W with the Volibear. Even with just the Alistair W, direct to camp. Please go
Oh,
back top. I
Alistair is
saw
a
the
little
set.
bit in no man's land, but he's baiting. His team is on the dragon
No, he's not.
already.
The insect pulling in the Xin Zhao.
The
Gotta be
Chad
careful, though,
Draven
and he
is literally
flashes
just
out.
1v2ing this
What
whole
the
lane. He's gonna
hell?
go down.
That could have been a Chad play.
We're
though,
gonna see
honestly.
it go 1-for-1. Dragon picked up for RNG, and they're kind of stuck under this tower. Volibear's coming in with ult.
you can watch
He's
the
gonna get
Veigar.
stunned.
He's got to be careful here. He also does have the ult coming in, the dunk, the slam jam, disabling the tower. He's not able to. Will the shield pop in time? No. Well, Alistair goes in. He's not able to come back in. He does not have an insanely fed Samir to help him follow up. He does have the Echo, though, just in case things do get sour, but they do end up just opting to reset here. Give it a second.
All right, once again, some small production issues on our end. All right.
Nope, we're back in with the questionable quality.
A little box TV angle.
Yeah, little gray border. We got it going. Let's see here. 2k gold lead on the side of really nice guys.
Yeah, they're. I mean, we're what 11 minutes into the game. They're really ahead, and
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
it's pretty dangerous because like this kind of comp that they have, if it snowballs and gets ahead, it's really hard for for Team Solid Mids to do anything because they're just going to get dived on. We are going to see a gank here top lane from Zayats, but it doesn't look like he can do anything.
That's
he's going to go in.
The W lands in, and he goes in. The absolute Chad play, the ult coming out. He's not able to take any damage.
I don't think they're going to get anything here.
And an attempted ult from the side of Big
JD
coming from
with
top
the
lane.
big int.
The Echo coming in.
Echo TPing in. That's going to be another kill.
Wow.
That was
Wow.
that was something.
Small mechanical misplay from Big JDO, not
Definitely
pressing his
Ability
W.
is good.
Yeah.
I don't think he had it up.
Yeah, I don't think he had it up either, but
He used it earlier, like you said. He's been using it really early and on in these fights, not getting the full value from it.
So we are just going to see Herald drop down here. The Volibear ult is not up.
I think they're just going to opt to give it. They are going to pop it through. It is below 2.5.
Yeah, this will just go down. First turret gold over to really nice guys. This lead is...
RNG really pressing the lead
It's
here.
growing. We're up to, what, 4,000 gold here?
Yep, 22 to 18.
That's...
K gold.
I mean, for 13 minutes into the game, that's pretty brutal.
That's really huge. And RNG here really pushing the charge. You're not giving him any room to breathe.
I mean, you really can't. You can't give this Caitlyn or the Veigar time to scale.
Definitely not. And they're doing a really great job at it. And that misplay top really is not helping TSM's odds here.
Yeah, that was their winning lane. He still does have a 30 CS lead, but I mean, this Poppy's going to get really tanky.
Yeah, it's Poppy. You're going to build tank items regardless.
This Poppy's going to get really tanky, and I mean, Veigar, Caitlyn are not the best carries at getting through a front line.
The trough. Kate's in the trough right now.
Yeah, definitely a really smart decision from really nice guys to play through this bot lane so much and get the Caitlyn behind.
And this really was another problem that we had in the scrims earlier. I was subbing in for one of these for Riley's team, what's it called? Really nice guys, and they were missing both their top laner and their AD carry. So with that switch up, now they get their full roster, and you can see how
they actually still have a substitute top laner.
Really?
We do see Alistair roam here. Samira going in, the Everfrost getting popped here. They do have to be careful for the moves out.
Okay, that's going to be a kill, and another Samira mob. He's just sitting there face tanking it. The Chad Draven really showing he deserves that name.
Dude, he's out for blood. He does not put on any brakes here. All gas, no brakes.
Wow, what a
excellent conversion.
Yeah, that's going to land. I don't think he's going to be able to chase more, but he does get exhaust out of the Morgana.
He also popped the spell shield. He took the time to pop the spell shield as well so that the Kate would get stunned. If you saw, the text actually did show up staying spell immune. Pretty crazy. Pew.
And this is really a predicament that Team Solid Memes is in, because now their Caitlyn's incredibly behind. Their Veigar is stunted his growth, and also the Xin Zhao going the shield bow, the more expensive item here. And he's 0-4 and 0, not able to get any gold in the map, so he's actually incredibly weak at this point in time, which is, well...
Hey, was that a short joke? Right now here, we are having a little bit of technical difficulties, so...
Yeah, I can't see, that's our problem.
White House down.
Currently, a video game is happening.
There it is.
Going in, the stream's back.
Alright.
Yes, maybe.
We're going to see a flash forward from...
Necessary flash.
Kill on the Hex Knight here. Veigar caught out.
Turret disabled.
Coming in, disabling the tower. They're not going to capitalize off that. The TP coming out from the stead.
Teleport will dissuade them from continuing with that play forward, but Team Solid Memes shouldn't really be posturing this like forward like this. It's really rough because they could just get dived on, flanked by the Echo, or potentially teleported on by the Poppy.
Yeah, definitely not a wise decision here. They also easily could have lost their top team one as well. That set TP just gives the Poppy free reign to go push a Laven. They did show 4 people down bot.
So what do you think that Team Solid Memes can do in this situation to kind of bring the game back? Because they're currently looking down a 5,000 gold lead at 17 minutes into the game in a very, very accelerated Echo.
Well, so the issue that they're actually going to have here is that there's no situation where they can actually win a fight until after somewhere around 30 minutes, 25 minutes, because this Veigar needs his items to actually get ahead, right? And you can see the defensive items already being picked up. The Poppy itemizing towards the Sunfire Cape. You have Immortal Shield Ball on the Samira. You have Locket of the Iron Solari on Alistair. So the job only gets harder. So at this point, Team Solid Memes really just need to get some sort of miracle play where the Veigar picks up a bunch of kills. But realistically, it's so incredibly hard to do here.
What I'm hearing here is a picks. You gotta really play around the Morgana Kate to be able to find someone overextended and absolutely pick them up. Like what's happening here, well, like what almost happened here, you saw with the Samira overextending and just getting singled out and punished for it without the rest of her team. I think that's what TSM really needs to pick up on and what they need to play around. Just to kind of get him a little bit of filler cord. Like what's happening over here, the Morgana caught out here without her best friend Xin Zhao. She's got to be careful for the Echo Ultimate. The Echo Ultimate coming back. I don't think he's able to live this. Maybe. There is a chance he may be able to get the Morgana on the way out. He does run over towards the Volibear. Volibear coming in! I think Xin Zhao's just going to run straight for him. The shield, though, getting popped. Oh, and the Poppy
coming in.
That's tragic. You hate to see that.
Yeah, they still got to be really careful. They are still behind.
Okay, the Chad Draven's just going to get solo killed. I don't know where his health bar went.
I mean, we did see before, that Samira is still really squishy. Regardless of how much damage she can dish out. Oh, item overlay? Item overlay? There we go.
There we go.
A little bit of a bug there.
Looking at the Kraken Flare being picked up by this Caitlyn here. The Collector being itemized stores. I actually do like the Collector for once because the side of Team Solid Memes isn't too tanky.
Especially with the shield bow build for the Xin Zhao.
Yeah. What I will say though, I really actually dislike the sidebreaker on the set this game. I think if you're solo frontlining, especially because your Xin Zhao is incredibly squishy here, and realistically the tankiness Xin Zhao is going to obtain is from his ult, just blocking all those, ranged auto attacks that are broken.
Ranged auto attacks are broken, and we do see here the Chad Draven getting a little bit of damage off on a big JDO. He does have to be careful.
But I will say that I think the Gore Drinker actually might have been the correct purchase here, especially if you're behind. Because realistically, the Stride Breaker is only that good. Ooh.
We are going to see the Echo ult forced out.
Very proto big. Good reaction time by Hex Knight.
I absolutely agree with you that I think even if the set was ahead, I think Gore Drinker is better. If the set was ahead, I would have liked to see a Blade of the Ruined King built up so he could side lane against the Poppy, but I think that having the Gore Drinker against this team comp that really just wants to meatball is a lot better than just having the Stride Breaker to potentially chase down a target, especially because they're not really going to be playing at range. They don't have any long-range champions.
And a tactical mistake here from really nice guys, wasting the Poppy ultimate and also giving up this choke point. So now the fight
we're going to see an engage from Riley.
We do see an engage from Riley, though. We do need to be careful there. Really nice guys here, just getting split up. Everyone backing out from that giant meatball. Like
Stormbringer
the Volibear
popped
out. Chad Draven's going down. Volibear
over the wall.
Into the wall.
Oh, but the
True's going to go down. Poppy is still there. Echo is coming in. He's somewhat low on mana. He's going to flash for the set. He's going to get the set.
He's going to rush back in to get back into the fight. He's stuck kind of between a rock and a hard place.
Because of the
he blinks over.
Veigar has to flash forward.
Oh no!
This is really bad for.
This is really bad for RNG here. Here it is.
They're
just getting picked off.
The Caitlyn ultimate. We are gonna see that was a really messy fight. 4 for 4 at the end of all things considered. Dragon's still up.
I'd say that's definitely what Team Solid Memes wants, though. They want the messy fights. I think they want to take those fights where everyone's split up, because then they can solo out someone and really CC chain them to Kingdom Come with the Morgana key, with the Morgana, or with the Veigar and the Xin Zhao.
We're gonna see Volibear and Echo re-engaging on this thing, but Echo's ult is down. He's just gonna die.
He got trapped instantly. That is awful, considering that kill went straight to the Caitlyn. Actually having a
Caitlyn now sitting
here.
at 6-2. Caitlyn is starting to snowball ahead.
Oh, in the queue, almost.
We are gonna see Team Solid Memes pick up this dragon, and they're gonna slightly crawl back this gold lead. It's now only around 4,000. So, I mean, this game is now a lot on this Caitlyn's shoulders. Xin Zhao is still incredibly useless.
That's an understatement.
he can hit people.
I mean, this is kind of the problem with the shield bow itemization. We are going to see Seth starting to get run down by the Volibear. He's going to fling Volibear into Samira.
Coming in.
Oh, an early
He's just
W
going to press W at full, no grit, get no shield, and just get bursted down. Really bad overextension from Big JDO.
And that really is why you do want that Gore Drinker, so you can actually get some healing back while you're, you know, after you ult, you press ult and then you E instantly, and then you press a Gore Drinker so you get that big AoE heal.
Yeah, definitely. A little bit of a problem with the itemization here on the side of Team Solid.
Also, not sure about taking the red buff from your 6-2 Caitlyn, although this Baron might actually be started up here.
This is definitely a little risky. It's kind of, you don't want to be stuck in this pit against the Veigar. But Set does not have teleport. Xin Zhao is the only one on this side of the map.
But remember, Xin Zhao does have a way into the pit now with his new W changes.
It's true, but they are getting zoned out by the Poppy. Poppy to fit in the W. Instant denial, but she is going a little bit deep.
Probably just kill himself, sacrifice for there, and he's going to flash out. He might be fine.
He's okay. He knows his limits. I've seen this Poppy.
And really not what you want to see from Team Solid Memes. They had the fight, they had the benefit, they got the Mountain Drake, which is really helpful into their team, into really nice guys team comp, who has a lot of base levels and a lot of base damages, but not a lot of penetration built, because the Samira is itemizing Collector here. So this really isn't what you want to see. Just giving up that free Baron, especially when you just want the monkey fight for 4 minutes or a minute or two before that.
Yeah, definitely here.
So let's see what RNG can do with this Baron. I really want to see them try and break these inner turrets. Ooh, Dieth might be caught out. He's gonna get jumped on by a Hex Knight. Ult
coming out. The shield though getting popped. That may be
gonna
able to
look
save
for the
him here.
chrono break. All right, Zayats is gonna get out with just losing his ult and the shield bow, but still just a slight overextension.
It's fine. The Xin Zhao is 0-7.
Oh, but he's gonna be greedy and go for his Grom.
Ooh,
wait,
he's just gonna get punished for that.
Good stopwatch.
Maybe, but we do have to remember Chrono Break is still in play here.
Okay, camera's gonna go mid. We're gonna see an engage onto Big JDO. Big JDO is gonna fling Rylak back into the tower. He's gonna use that to run away.
Good escape here. Right back into the loving arms of Yuumi here.
Oh gosh.
And the Veigar pick not doing actually much of anything this game. That last team fight was definitely good damage, but he's incredibly behind because of his itemization. He has to build the Zhonya's, he built the Everfrost. Everfrost is fine. The Zhonya's, it takes too long. Plus, if you're Zhonya'sing into their team comp, like, you're gonna be dead anyways.
You're dead anyway. Yeah,
they have burst. There's nothing.
Yeah, so they have a lot of like delayed CC that they can kind of pop on you. So I think it would have been better to itemize into something like a Banshee's Veil.
I would say a Banshee's might be good here. Maybe even go for the Void Staff so you just get the, the true damage pretty much.
Just to deal with the tanks that aren't really, well, they're just starting to itemize into Magic Resist here with the Poppy going for submission.
I will say, I think that RNG is making a small mistake in having their 3-man pushing mid when the bot and top inners are still up and mid lane is down. I really think they should be using the man pressure they have to pressure through this bot lane or through top lane, because TSM is able to just hold with the Caitlyn Morgana.
Yeah, definitely here. That's that classic and controversial NA Ram strat. we all love to see in our
So I
solo queue
think
games.
I mean the 1-3-1 setup is correct. I just think that they should have their 3 in the bot lane. I think it should be closer to a 1-1-3.
Yeah, definitely.
We are going to see this dragon spawning in about 10 seconds. We're just going to see really nice guys. The Baron buff has fallen off, but they just have map control. They should just be able to get this for free. Team Solid Mids might look to contest. They do have the set teleport, but not really any great deep wards for a flank.
They don't really have a whole lot of wars that allow that set to get in there when least expected. It's just going to be a free one.
Yeah, so
They're
we are
still
going to
free.
see really nice guys go on to Soul Point. I'll bet you they wish they won that dragon fight because this would have been Soul for them.
I do like the itemization on the side of this Caitlyn. I think the Lord Dominix is an incredibly smart purchase here. And again, Xin Zhao at this point, Shield Bow isn't really doing much for him. He's not going to do damage. He's not going to be tanky. It's kind of just a whatever item in my opinion. And this Echo only gets stronger and stronger, like really close to finishing as long as Hourglass as well. So we do have to watch out for that.
He does also have the 6-stack Dark Seal, giving a little bit more stats.
Jason, what's your thought on the Volibear not going for the Oracle's Trinket this game? You think it was intentional or
Intentionally feeding.
yeah.
Yeah, I think having the red trinket is definitely better here. I think it would be better to have the blue trinket on the Poppy, or the green trinket on the Poppy, and then Sweeper on the Volibear.
I would agree. Also,
Definitely, especially since Poppy's going to be mostly topside.
Also, probably a blue trinket being picked up for the Samira and the Caitlyn anytime now would be nice.
I think blue trinket might be slightly better on the Echo in this situation because he's the one who's going to be further out and side laning, and Samira's kind of closer to her team. I do think that Caitlyn should have a blue trinket.
I will agree with that, but I also think that Echo is one of those champions that likes to deny vision a lot.
Yeah, I mean,
just because of his mobility. Oh,
and
he's gonna eat the
into it. He
stun.
gets ulted
We are gonna see
immediately.
Chrono
He
Break
ults back.
ulti's traded out. Yeah, we're just not seeing a lot from this Veigar pick, even though it's considered to be Yumi's best champion. He's known for, being the Veigar one trick. So we are just seeing that it's
getting dived by the Echo.
yeah, he's gonna go down. He Black burned as well.
that was impressive. That was.
He just does too much damage.
Okay, Alzerol burned. Poppy's going in. Gonna get knocked back by the
We're
Xin
looking
Zhao.
for
It
a
looks
fight
like
here.
there won't be anything else gained from this, but Samira does have inside track into mid. With the Echo.
Almost caught out there, almost getting hit by the
we're gonna see Violet
a
going
massive
in.
knockup.
The Volibear
coming in.
disable the tower. They're just gonna meatball in this fight. Xin Zhao's gonna get popped into GA. Morgana's gonna go down. Set is gonna go down. This is gonna be an ace for really nice guys. This should be potentially the game, if not at least Baron.
I'd say definitely it's the game. The death timer's all over 10.
We are gonna see Poppy
here.
reset, probably TP back in.
We do see. Oh, got it. Yeah, no, definitely. This is just the game here. Can Yumi hold it? I don't think he can.
Yeah, that'll be the
GG,
game.
top
Really well
Canyon.
played from really nice guys. They picked a draft and they played to it, and they attacked the bot lane of Team Solid memes just to make sure that this Caitlyn wasn't getting the resources she needed, even though she eventually did start to look pretty strong. But
And this is exactly what Riley said he would do. He said that when he was playing his comp, they were going to draft his meatball comp, try to pick something that's really aggressive that likes to go in. And, well, as you see, they did play that comp really well. And honestly, the Xin Zhao pick incredibly lackluster. Not able to do anything in the early game, and it just feels like it was useless.
like he's got Caitlyn
Yeah,
Morgana,
definitely.
which realistically, I mean, they just are constantly under threat from Samira Alistair. And then Poppy, I mean, you can't really, it's really difficult for Xin Zhao to gank Poppy at all. And then it's like Echo versus Veigar. Echo was never in the lane against the Veigar.
Yeah, so it's definitely hard.
Exactly, and it is just, in my opinion, part of the champions. No, sorry, not part of the champions' fault. I would say this is part of the problem with the champion like Xin Zhao is that he does need to get ahead, and if he has no lanes to play through setup, like Set might be a really good lane matchup into the Poppy, but if you're not able to build the right items, if you're not able to do any of that, it's incredibly difficult to actually play the game. Especially when your only fed member is that Caitlyn and the Veigar is a non-factor. So, and this is exactly how we were talking about the side of Team Solid memes, that their mid laner really is able to play whatever he wants unpunished. And this game, you can see Hextite's Echo punished that Veigar really hard. Not just having a good matchup into it, but also playing it correctly, roaming when he needed to roam, and not kind of just sitting in lane.
Letting the Veigar just kind of canyon the lane and farm it out.
Exactly. And Echo is a notoriously bad matchup for the Veigar, to be fair. So having them pick up the Veigar early, I think definitely was a mistake that led to Team Solid Meme's demise.
Yep, definitely. All right, do we want to get a post-game interview in here?
Yeah, we could try for that.
We can pull.
Who do we think we could ask?
I think
I think that we could either get the captain or we could get Denver. I think Denver was MVP for that game.
All right, your call. We can get both.
Let's get the captain first.
All right, someone drag him up here.
Well, let me just make sure he's okay with it.
I said sure. All right, pull him up. Okay. Pull up.
All right, everybody,
Hello.
let's welcome.
Hi.
Congratulations,
welcome.
man.
Congrats.
Thank you. It's a good game.
That was a first win. I like how you said what you were going to play. You stuck to it. You followed the meatball composition that you said you were going to play. You picked the Alistair despite having not the greatest performance on it in scrims yesterday. Tell me about that. How do you feel? How do you feel about the the win? How do you feel about your team's just how do you feel about your team's performance overall?
The energy was great throughout the entire game. You know, we had some good comms. We were kind of figuring out what we wanted to do, how we wanted to approach the game. And once it got to the mid game, when we had 2 dragons, we're like, all right, we just play for the control of the dragon. We just stick to our guns. We don't overaggress and get picked. We just, play solid League of Legends.
Exactly. There you go. That's exactly what you really need to realize in these games is don't need to be too over aggressive with it. Although the Chad Draven, your 80 carry, big difference as really made your comp a lot more aggressive, especially because he played that Samira. You guys had he had a really aggressive play style, just 1v2ing Dynamite and True sometimes. So it's really good to see some of that aggression coming out.
Chatting it under tower. Yeah, we talked about our drafting strategy and what we wanted to do, and I asked him what his preferred ADC was, and he said, pick me Samira.
That's what I like to hear, man.
I like it.
A lot of confidence from that guy.
Although the name is kind of misleading.
A little bit. The chat energy was there. The Draven,
there was definitely a lot of chat energy. So I did want to ask you a quick question on leaving up Yumi's Veigar. Was the Echo pick planned? Did you guys just were like, or were you just like, we can play like anything into it and he's not going to have an impact?
We had previously seen attempts to ban out his champ pool, left with little success. So we thought we would take away the comfort pick from some other people. We took away Jaden's Wukong. We took away the Nocturne pick. And we just wanted to have a good comp all around that would go in, and Echo fit that style. And so Denver said, pick me Echo.
I like it.
Yeah, and this is one of the picks we did practice in CLOL last season. Well, then not practice. We played it once or twice, but definitely is one of Denver's better picks, even though he said he sucks at it. But
he absolutely does not suck at it. He is goated.
That's definitely a lie.
He ego checked Aaron and won. So I mean, what more can we say?
Yep. I mean, his Echo looks fantastic, man. I think he would be my pick for the MVP of this match. He played incredible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Really
Denver's calls in games were also very, very good too. There was at one point we had Baron, we were 1-3-1ing, and Denver had drawn 3 or 4 people down bot lane. And he said, hey, you guys mid, if they send 3 for me, you just dive them next time. And so the next push we had, when we didn't have Baron buff anymore, we just ran at them. We said, hey, we're going to dive this. And then we just dove it together. We used the comp to our success, 2-man pulverize, getting Caitlyn, and then we ended the game off that.
Yeah, well, there you have it, guys. Great performance from your team today, and congratulations on the win.
Yeah, good luck with the rest
Thank
of your
you.
season.
Would hope so.
All right, now get out of here.
Okay.
What a great host.
Yeah, you got to teach
Absolutely.
it. You got to be rough with them sometimes. Come on.
That's cap, dude. The host job is literally to not be rough with him.
All right, that's true. That's true.
And that's why we have separate beef. That's why we have
All right, so are we
Set
we
it
good
for the
to
day?
call it, boys? I think that's it. That's our last match for today.
I can devour this burrito bowl.
I believe we will be streaming another match tomorrow.
All right.
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
So you guys want to play some League?
Yeah, I'm down.
Hell yeah. Hold on, let me just log this food real quick.